I had a career break. I got married. I had 3 wonderful children. So I took a break from my career. During that time, I became a school governor at my children's school. And there I really started to develop an interest in education and being holistic and having a holistic approach about education, because school governance is about working with the management to make sure that you are providing the best education for those students in that educational setting. So my passion and interest really developed at that point. And then I decided to go back into education myself and become a student. I did a master's in leadership and management of education. And from there I did a PGCE, and now I'm a chemistry teacher. Okay, so after I graduated from university, I got myself onto a graduate training scheme at the University of Manchester in the UK as a project manager. So there I was working very closely with a team of academics, doctors from various hospitals, GPs, and we were implementing a new medical programme. So my role was actually the logistical side of everything, which was very difficult. So I was putting the project together. I was making sure that absolutely everything in terms of the hospital placements, GP placements, the teaching and learning, the pastoral care, everything was in place according to the programme. Not at all. I think the only thing related was working in a medical school, so I was surrounded by science. In terms of just getting into the career, I just randomly applied for a graduate training scheme. I did a combined sciences degree, majoring in pharmacy actually, so lots of chemistry, and then I had some philosophy modules as well. I think that doing a science-based degree, you develop lots of critical, analytical, reflective skills. You're also developing the ability to look at data, analyse data, which is really important. A big part of my learning journey at university was developing my time management and organisation skills, which are really important in any career that you choose to go into. Soft skills, resilience, empathy. I was part of various societies at university. I was president of a few of the societies, so I really was able to develop my empathy skills, listening to student woes and issues and trying my best to help them. So I think it's a mixture of in terms of technical skills and soft skills, a mixture of both, I would say. So I think in both cases, because I was working in an education setting, I had a lot of interaction with students, more so as a teacher than a project manager, but I think this is the biggest highlight, that I am at the forefront of shaping the future for the next generation. I think that's empowering in itself, and I'm very passionate about giving the best opportunities to my students, and that's the biggest highlight for me. I think work-life balance. I definitely think that you've got to be very committed to become a teacher, and really committed in providing the best education and access to opportunities for your students. Sometimes it means I do have to work after hours, but this is something I'm very passionate about, and plus I have a very supportive partner. Of course, I think as an educator you have got to be successful in leadership and management. You've got to really be an empath, which means you really put yourself in other people's shoes, especially the students' shoes, and you're able to effectively communicate. You have to be very good at time management and organisation. Otherwise you won't get anything done. But that's something that I had started to develop quite early on as a student, whilst I was studying for my GCSEs and A-levels, right through to now. I'm still constantly developing those skills that are required to become a good educator. I think the biggest advice is, please don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes because they're learning experiences. And once we make a mistake, only then do we develop the resilience and that get up and go attitude. And I think that's something that I would like to share with my students. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Become disciplined and let yourself make the mistakes, because through the mistakes you learn, and those opportunities when you learn from your mistakes are fantastic. Try your best to organise yourself and implement strategies where you can really help in terms of your organisation and time management skills. And I keep talking about those two skills because I think if you're preparing yourself well in your career, then you can organise yourself well. You do end up having the time to do what you need to do at work. I would say become disciplined. When you have to work, work. When it's time to play, play. Don't mix the two.